It's 11 trivia questions on all things comedy, from comedy films and actors to stand-up specials and more. This is Trivia with Buds. It be. And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out this show. If you like trivia, you are in the right place. And today's episode is all about comedy and the world of making people laugh. I hope I try and do that sometimes on the show. Sometimes I just stick with the trivia. Sometimes I slip in some bits. Sometimes you hear some fun stuff in the form of crowd work on the live episodes that I record at bars and breweries. But hopefully from time to time you have a chuckle at this show. That is my intention. And it is my intention to put this show out every single day until I die. So thanks for listening every single day for 332 days. I sincerely appreciate your listenership and patronage. If you want to support the show, you can always go to patreon.com/triviawithbuds and throw a few bucks at different reward tiers, from t-shirts to magnets to pins to book clubs to all kinds of cool stuff. So check it all out over there. And even if you have a buck, go on there and join our Discord app chat, where you can interact with other trivia fans of this show and trivia in general. And you can learn about special events coming up, special offers, raffles, and all kinds of cool stuff just for Patreon subscribers. Now, today's episode is all about comedy. I was asked to write this round by my friend Dave Williamson, who's a great comedian and dad down in El Segundo, California. He runs a big event every year called the El Segundo Comedy Festival, or the Gundo Comedy Fest for short. And they just had the 5th anniversary this last couple of weeks. So thank you, Dave, for letting me be part of it. We host trivia every Tuesday from 7 to 9 over at Brewport Tap House on Main Street in El Segundo. And our trivia night, I think, kicked off the fest for the second or third year in a row. So thank you, Dave, for letting me be part of that. And because we were doing a comedy theme for that week, this whole round was written for live events that week. And I figured, hey, I'll just use these at all my live events this week in Southern California. And they went well. So I think you'll have fun playing along with this one. Now, if you're brand new to the show, you may or may not know that I am a stand-up comedian, or I guess I was. I don't know. I just don't do it really anymore. About a year ago, took a break from actively trying to get into clubs and showcases and auditions and things, and said I'm just going to do the trivia thing full time. And I do scratch that itch of performing while hosting trivia, doing crowd work, running bits, stuff like that. But I did include a link in the show notes from a fun set I had a couple of years ago at the House of Comedy in San Diego, California. So if you want to see some stand-up from me, if you've listened to the show for a while and you're like, oh, he does comedy, then you can check out the link in the full episode description. It's about a 20-minute set from a live stream video that I had posted on Facebook from House of Comedy in San Diego. It's one of my favorite sets of a recent time, and some big laughs in there, and some fun times with the fine people of the outskirts of San Diego. So check that out and enjoy it, and share it with a friend if you know somebody that needs a good laugh. All right, we're going to jump into this episode all about comedy-related things right now. Here we go. All right, here we go with 11 questions on all things comedy. Let's see how many of these you know. Funny people. Number 1, what comedian had recent Netflix specials called Deep in the Heart of Texas and The Age of Spin? Question number 1, what comedian had recent Netflix specials called Deep in the Heart of Texas and The Age of Spin? Question number 2, what comedic actor of The Carol Burnett Show died recently on May 14th, 2019? Question number 2, what comedic actor of The Carol Burnett Show died recently on May 14th, 2019? Question number 3, what comedian gave birth to a baby boy named Gene in early May 2019? Number 3, what comedian had a boy named Gene at the beginning of the month? Question number 4, in what decade was Richard Pryor born? Question number 4, in what decade was Richard Pryor born? Question number 5, in the movie Caddyshack, who plays a character named Al Cervic? Number 5, in the movie Caddyshack, who plays a character named Al Cervic? That's Czervik, Al Cervic. Question number 6, which Wayans brother is older? Is that Shawn Wayans or Marlon Wayans? Number 6, which Wayans brother is older, Shawn or Marlon? Question number 7, what comedian has the nickname of Roast Master General? Number 7, what comedian has the nickname of Roast Master General? Number 7. Question number 8, how many Police Academy films came out between 1984 and 1994? How many total Police Academy movies are there? Number 8. Question number 9, Drew Lynch is an LA comedian who is the runner-up on what reality TV competition? Number 9, Drew Lynch is an LA comedian who is the runner-up on what reality TV competition? Question number 10, Adam Sandler recently sang a song about what comedic actor on Saturday Night Live? Number 10, Adam Sandler recently sang a song about what comedic actor on SNL? And the bonus question for 2 points, since 2011, Melissa McCarthy has appeared in 4 single-word titled comedies. Name all 4. Kind of a tougher question, but you will feel smart if you figure it out. For 2 points, since 2011, Melissa McCarthy has appeared in 4 single-word titled comedies. Name all 4. All right, those are your questions for all things comedy. We'll be right back with a laugh and the answers in a second. Let's see how you did on these comedy-related questions. Question number 1, what comedian had recent Netflix specials called Deep in the Heart of Texas and The Age of Spin? I was looking for Dave Chappelle. Question number 1, Dave Chappelle. Got to shake his hand at the Comedy Store one time. I said, hey, Dave, I'm a huge fan, and I just wanted to come shake your hand. And he said, the pleasure's mine. And he reached his hand out, and he gave me like a big handshake with a cigarette in his mouth. He's like one of the only people that they let smoke anywhere around the city. Dave Chappelle. Number 2, what comedic actor of The Carol Burnett Show died recently on May 14th, 2019? Tim Conway. Number 2, Tim Conway, comedy legend who just passed. Number 3, what comedian gave birth to a baby boy named Gene in early May 2019? That was Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer. Number 4, in what decade was Richard Pryor born? That was the 40s, 1940s, like my parents. Number 5, in the movie Caddyshack, who plays a character named Al Cervic? That's Rodney Dangerfield. That's his name in the movie. I feel like I never heard his name before, ever. I was thinking about that movie the other day. All I know is Danny and Judge. I don't even remember like Chevy Chase's name or Bill Murray's name or Rodney Dangerfield's name. I feel like you just always say those names. You're like, you know Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack? And that's how people refer to that character. Number 6, which Wayans brother is older, Sean or Marlon Wayans? That would be Sean Wayans. Marlon's the youngest of that generation of the family of 10. He's youngest of 10. Sean somewhere, I think, in the middle. Number 7, what comedian has the nickname of Roast Master General? That would be Jeff Ross. Jeff Ross, who judged me a couple times in a few roast battles I was in at the Comedy Store, again, about 2 years ago, and said some kind words about me. I have him somewhere. Maybe I'll link him in the show notes. Number 8, how many Police Academy films came out between 84 and 94? 7 total Police Academy films. And then we have number 9, Drew Lynch, who's a friend of mine and is a very, very funny comedian, was the runner-up on what reality TV competition? A lot of people at the Live Nights wrote Last Comic Standing, but it was actually America's Got Talent. He almost won the whole thing, almost won $1 million, and he's probably making close to it now because he is hysterical. Number 10, Adam Sandler recently sang a song about what comedic actor on SNL? That would be the late, great Chris Farley. Of course, Chris Farley. It's a very touching tribute if you can find it on YouTube. And for 2 points, since 2011, Melissa McCarthy has appeared in 4 single-word titled comedies. Name all 4. In order of release, they were Bridesmaids, Tammy, Spy, and Ghostbusters. Some people were putting The Heat and just dropping the, so it was like Heat or Boss, but those movies are called The Heat and The Boss, so they wouldn't have counted. Bridesmaids, Tammy, Spy, and Ghostbusters. My favorite of those are, let's see, I've only seen Spy and Bridesmaids, so probably Bridesmaids. Although Bridesmaids was on the TV in the hospital room when my dad passed away, so I can't see myself ever watching that movie again and not thinking about that. So I'm going to say Spy is my favorite one. And maybe you have a favorite. Let me know of those 4 movies, which one you like the best, in a tweet at Ryan Buds on Twitter. I just got a follow from somebody. It says Oxygen Potassio 3. That doesn't seem like spam. Let's find out who that is while I have you guys on the line here. Let's see who Oxygen Potassium is, or Potassio. I have no idea what that means, and it's not loading up. So no big deal. But if you are listening out there, Miss or Mr. Oxygen Potassio, thanks for the follow. And everybody else, thank you so much for leaving reviews on iTunes, reviews on Yelp if you play live trivia with me. And thanks for grabbing tickets. We're up to 70 tickets sold for Harry Potter. And there's a big banner at the top of triviawithbuds.com to click on to get tickets for that on May 31st at Last Name Brewing in Upland, California. Last thing, we are going to have a sponsor, the first official sponsor of the show coming up in June. If you want to sponsor the show in any way, get at me, ryanbuds@gmail.com. This first sponsor will be taking over the whole month of June, and we'll be plugging them quite a bit, so get ready for that. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.